Whiskey 4, Foxtrot, Bravo Lima.
I'm not real sure what that was. You might be a little hot. The Bravo Lima station, what's the name?
Name is John, Juliet Oscar Hotel November, and the call is Whiskey 4, Foxtrot, Bravo Lima.
Now, there you go. That's a lot cleaner. I think you might have been digesting your microphone.
Well, could have been. You never know.
Yes, sir. John, whereabouts are you located, sir?
I'm over here in Jamestown, Tennessee.
Roger, Roger. What radio?
10 Teck Jupiter with a double bazooka up about 50 feet.
Roger that, roger that. It's sounding you're good. You might back off just a tad on your microphone. It might be just still a little hot, Roger.
Roger, Roger. I just took that down a little bit.
Yes, sir. That sounds a whole lot better. Sometimes when you get up there and you pass the stop sign and you're up around 2 dB dynamic range, things start to run together. So it's good to have just a little bit of dynamics in the audio, Roger.
Roger, Roger. Well, may I have your name and your call sign, please?
Roger, Roger. Name here is Jim, Juliet India Mike. Call sign is Kilo Charlie 9, Victor Kilo Victor. And we're located just on the Indiana side of the Ohio River, right at Louisville, Kentucky. Roger?
Roger, Roger. Was that Kilo Charlie 9, Kilo Victor Kilo?
Kilo Charlie 9, Victor Kilo Victor. And this is the Qso-Vlog net, where we run every Friday afternoon from 3:30 till 5 and assist folks in achieving best sound out of their transmitters.
Roger, Roger. Well, yeah, I've been more on 40 meters lately. 20 meters right now. It's got some DX going. I just got a gentleman over in Slovenia. There's not too much local going on stateside on 20 meters, but 40 meters right now is my favorite. During the day, I get stateside real well, and at night I get stateside or DX. So 40 meters has opened up real nice right now.
Roger, Roger. Well, we've been running 40 meters Friday afternoons between 3:30 and 5 for about 7 years. And just it seems like the last little while, propagation in that particular time period has not been very advantageous.
Roger, Roger. Well, it was a pleasure to meet you, Jim. And, are you here 5 days a week?
No, we only operate on Friday afternoons from 3:30 till 5, and then we upload we record from 3:30 till 5, and then load it up to YouTube, and then folks come by and take a listen. So if you want to hear what that Pentec sounds like, if you go to YouTube, do a call letter search for KC9VKV, followed by the word logbook, will take you to this recording. It'll be cut number 1 in a series of 3,000, and I'll have it uploaded by noon tomorrow. Roger?
Roger, Roger. Well, that'll be different. I ain't never heard of that. So that'll be different.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. You sounded really good there. And again, you're down. How far are you from Louisville, would you say?
I am probably, I would have to guess, about 4 hours, maybe 4.5 hours south. I'm up here, I'm halfway between Knoxville and Nashville, up by the Kentucky border.
Roger, so somewhere around 250 miles or so?
Yeah, probably. Probably that far, yeah.
Roger, Roger, sir. Well, you sounded mighty good down this way, and I wouldn't change a thing with that radio. When you get up in, boy, it really gets loud, Roger.
Roger, Roger. Well, I'm used to talking loud, try to pull the DX in, because I just run 100 watts in a wire, so no amplifiers over here, and no log books except pencil and my log book itself. We don't do any computer stuff at all.
Well, that's kind of like what we are. We don't use any computers to write down stuff or take notes or anything. Well, nah. Let's see. I have one little tablet that I use to do scripts and notes and stuff with, and then I have 4 tablets that I use for remote SDR audio acquisition. We monitor New York and Georgia and Virginia and what else is it there? Maybe 2 in Virginia, and then I have a Hocus Pocus one, which has got like 50 different programmed SDR locations in it that usually runs about 20 states, about 2 or 3 in each state, in 20 states in the eastern part of the United States. And the whole idea is trying to get the best copy from our 100-watt friends because, you know, like I say, we try to assist them in setups, and so when it comes to equalization, we kind of need to hear them as clean as we can. So the better we can reach out and grab those 100-watt signals, the cleaner they are, the easier they are to set up, Roger.
Oh, Roger, yeah. Yeah, I like the older 10-Tech. My wife picked me up a 10-Tech Eagle about, must have been about 12 years ago, and I like that radio. Maybe it was 8 years ago, I forget. But I like the 10-Techs. I like American-made stuff. And you don't get that anymore in anything, so I'm happy with the 10-Tech and the Jupiter I purchased probably about 4 or 5 months ago. And it's just a great radio. It's very easy to operate for me. Like I say, I can't go into something that has all these menus and do all this and hit all that. That's why I'll never buy an ICOM. And everything that's menu driven and all that, I can't be bothered with that stuff. That's way above my pay grade. So I'm just very KISS. A $50 wire up in the air, and an old radio, and I'm happy. Over.
Yes, sir. The amazing thing about your radio is that it's on frequency. Some of those older radios do have a tendency to not track correctly frequency-wise, and you're almost forced to have a signal generator, or at least some kind of way to see exactly what frequency you really are on. Like I had the first radio I had was a Drake TR4C, and that was a great radio from Drake, except on the higher frequencies like the 10-meter band. You did have to constantly play catch-up as far as tuning, because it would tend to drift. And I tried everything from heating the oscillator to cooling the oscillator. It didn't make any difference. It was going to wander one way or the other. You just had to pay attention and keep it on frequency by listening to the other folks' tenor of their voice. Roger?
Oh, Roger that. Yeah. I noticed that. Some of them I'll have to chase them a little bit. They'll have them older radios of Collins's and what the heck was the other one? You had to build them. I can't remember now. But they have a tendency to drift, and so every once in a while I'd have to drift mine a little bit and let him know that he drifted up free or something like that. But that's always fun.
Yes, sir. I can recall listening to some military networks, and you would think that would have been the best equipment in the world, but good Lord, it sounded like a zoo as far as frequencies. They were everywhere, up, down, and sideways. Roger?
Oh, Roger that. Yeah, I know it. It's funny. But I can't, I get away from the new ones. Even my 2-meter 440 radio here is in a Linko. It's just analog, and you put the frequencies in and it works. It's 50 watts. I get to watch both frequencies, 2-meter and a 440. I can listen to both at the same time, and I can just push a button and go from one to the other. I'm a very KISS kind of guy. And, and it's the cheapest radio out there. $329, and you got a radio. And and I hope they never change it. I hope they don't ever get into this digital stuff and everything like the Yaesu has. The Yaesu's making nothing but junk, and they're making it now so complicated that I won't even buy a Yaesu anymore.
Roger. Well, everybody has to float their own boat. The thing I hate about menu-driven radios is that a lot of them will go back to where they started from. Like when you're learning a radio menu and you have it out to a certain place and you don't know exactly what you're doing, but you are doing it, and however slowly it may be, I expect that menu to stay where the hell I put it. But no, some of these menus just go back to where they came from, and now I'm starting all over again.
Roger. Yeah, I've seen the Yaesu's got the menu-driven ones, the 3000, the 1200. I had a Yaesu 1200. I actually had to get on the telephone with a guy who had one, who had some great audio, turn around and just walk through all 100 menus so I could set it the same way he had it, because it's just it's crazy, the silly stuff that they want, and it's way more than I'll ever use. It had the scan thing on there with the waterfall. I never used it. I don't need any of that stuff. I want to know what the band's doing. I turn the VFO dial until I hear somebody. Over.
Exactly. Well, listen there, John. It's good to talk at you, sir. I think we have similar thoughts about menu-driven radios. But the 7300, thank God, does have some manual stuff like, mic control is manual. I think the squelch is manual. Not the squelch, but the... I forget what all it has manual, but it does have some manual stuff. It's not all menu, Roger.
Roger. Well, Jim, it was a pleasure. I'm going to look for you every week and get on here with you. In fact, I just brought up your YouTube page. Is that actually your shack that you're in?
Yes, on the YouTube, it is, yes. It's KC9VKV, and followed by the word logbook. And it's you'll notice we have a chevron on the right side, which has got our antenna situation. I'll just roll it back and forth here, so when you look back, you can see it. And what that does is tell somebody that's listening to the video exactly what antenna or where the audio is coming from. And then I have a spectrum analyzer on the left side that's tied to the audio on my 7300, so they can see their audio curve. And what else? I've got a volume meter, which is light display, and then I have another light display which is on my SV220 that tells me that everything's cooking okay on my SV220. Roger.
Yeah, I'm looking at these are kind of where it shows them, and Jim Fergusson radio story, and then the logbook thing says KC9VKV. This is 3/15/24, so this was quite a while ago.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. If you go to a logbook, KC9VKV followed by the word logbook, that is a more sequential look at things. It starts with, the most recent and then works its way back. So you might just do that, because that's where you'll find this recording. You'll be going to KC9VKV followed by the word logbook, and that will be this recording. 8/30/24 is the date. Roger?
Well, I went to KC9VKV logbook, and the first thing that pops up is your story, and then the next one down is 12723. So I must be doing something wrong. I can't. Wait a minute. Here's 6/14/24. I see. They don't have them in 7/28/23, 24, 2/9. They're all mixed up.
Yes, sir. Must not be going to the right place. You've got to call, and then it's just a space and the word logbook. Typical normal spelling, logbook, like what you fill out by hand. So it's Kilo Charlie 9, Victor Kilo Victor, space, logbook. Roger, common spelling.
Roger. That's what I got in the search, in the YouTube thing here.
Roger. Okay, there's another way to do that if you wanted to. It's Jim Fergusson's radio story, and then that will get you the home page on YouTube. And then if you pan down, you'll see KC9VKV logbook, and that will be go to that, and they will be sequential in that for sure.
Okay, I guess I don't, let me see, 8/23/24, 8/23/24, I think I found it.
Yeah, it should be, like I say, Jim Fergusson's radio story, and then scroll down the page till you get to KC9VKV logbook, and then go to that, and that should be a sequential look back for about 6 years of material, or 7.
Okay, 8/23/24, 8/23/24. I don't know if they must be all the same thing. Yeah, it's all the same date. Where are you going into this? Are you going into this on YouTube, or are you going into this through QRZ or something?
No, it's through YouTube. But see, what happens is we do an hour and a half long program, and I load that up first thing for Saturday noontime, and then we break it up into individual Qsos out of that hour and a half piece, and load those up separately as we go, because the idea is that if we just uploaded the long piece, nobody would have their call signs in there, and so they would never be able to refer to their recording. But we edit each Qso out of the long piece, and then give it a title which includes the operator's name and the date and all that stuff, so they can find it. Otherwise, if it was just one long piece, their call sign would not be there.
Roger. So the last one that you uploaded was 8/23/24, correct?
Yes, sir. It was last Friday. Now, last Friday, I was called away for some stuff I had to do, and I didn't have the opportunity to actually do the show. So we did what I would call a make good, and we put stuff from past Qsos. We had Bob Heil dropped by our channel to say hello, and we talked with him for a while. And then we had from times past, different folks of fame and fortune. Art Bell, we talked to him, and he's in there. And from WGN, which would be Spike Odell, and just folks like that. And then a tribute to a buddy that I worked with that helped me open up the Qso-Vlog net for about 6 years, who had just passed away towards the first of this year. Charlie, K1GCL, tribute. Roger?
Roger. Yeah, I was just looking some of these over here, and following them. Yeah, you got Bicycle Mobile and stuff, and N9GTO that you had on there. Okay, yeah, now I got this. I finally figured it out. Yeah, you're dealing with somebody that is very, very handicapped when it comes to computers.
Roger, John. Well, they're coming after us one way or the other, you know. We're going to have to be computer literate or we're going to sink. So I've tried to be that, but, you know, it is a challenge, I tell you.
Oh, roger that. Yeah, I mean, I don't even own a cell phone. I can't operate one of those things. And I can only do, you know, like what somebody tells me, like you just walked me through this to do this for you. So I can do that. And the only thing I do on here is I use QRZ to look up call signs. That's about all I do. So I don't do too much with these things. I can write a letter and print it out on my printer, something like that. But as far as you know, I can Google something to look it up. But anything other than that, I'm way behind the curveball.
Roger, John. Well, listen, let me say 73 to you, sir. It's been a pleasure. We got to get out of here. We're about 15 minutes past our bedtime. Not really, but we got to get rid of stuff and open the channel up for other folks. So we'll say 73 to you, and thanks for dropping by, Roger, and I hope you enjoy your recording.
Oh, Roger, yeah. Well, we'll look forward to hearing that. You have a great weekend. Be safe. And it was a pleasure meeting you, Jim, and we look forward to it again. W4FBL.
Roger, John. And this is Kilo Charlie 9, Victor Kilo Victor, returning the frequency to normal amateur radio use. This is KC9VKV, clear.